As you can see, we've got the best of equipment ready. All right, everyone. As Andy had mentioned, my name is also Andy, and recently I've really been getting into the development of prosthetic technology. With each passing day, we are getting closer to the point where I am prepared to chop off my own arm so that I can have an excuse to buy a prosthetic arm. The main reason behind this is I want an arm that can help me do like a lot of things at once. So like I'm looking for an arm that can help me do my homework while jerking me off. Or an arm that can make me dinner while trying to set the world record for the world's longest thumb wrestling contest. Or an arm that can mass produce more prosthetic arms that I can sell and turn profit for while jerking me off. Alright, so for a long time I did not fuck with scary things at all, you know, like scary movies, haunted houses, things like that. But over the summer, my friends who were fans of scary movies wanted me to get into it, and I said, alright, fine. I found out that I wasn't really missing a whole lot. I personally think that scary movies suck. In particular, one that I saw called As Above, So Below, I did not like it at all. For anyone who hates spoilers, it's okay because this movie really did suck. The whole point was the main character wants to find the Philosopher's Stone, which her father literally killed himself over. So she drags a couple of people down into a labyrinth. And while they're down there, they find a whole bunch of like demons and weird shit. And there's just like a whole bunch of like horror movie tropes that you can predict well in advance. Like, oh no, the black guy died, how unpredictable. The Chad character died, how unpredictable. It turns out that they found a Philosopher's Stone, and it worked for like 1 second, and then it didn't. So they realized they did not have the real Philosopher's Stone. It turns out the real Philosopher's Stone was the main character saying, "I forgive you, Dad." And suddenly she had the ability to heal wounds and transform the labyrinth into a way that could eject her and her remaining friends out of it. This may sound weird since I'm only 19, but I'm actually really excited to be a dad when I grow up. Not for any like real or fulfilling reason, like, you know, giving back to society or continuing my family name or whatever. I'm just real excited to have a captive audience for all of my stupid jokes. Like, I love telling stupid jokes all the time to my friends, but more often than not, they just roll their eyes and tell me to leave or walk away. And when I have kids, it's like, what are they supposed to do? Are they just gonna up and leave? Like, you guys will walk out of here today, and you might never come to another one of my sets again, but they have to come to every one of them. Okay, so I found out recently through talking to other people that the doctor that I had growing up was an abusive doctor. And I couldn't realize this on my own, and it was really an eye-opening experience. So by talking to other people about the practices this doctor had, I was able to finally realize this. For example, when I was younger, I did not like needles at all. I was afraid of them, and anytime I had to get a shot, it did not turn out well. So the way that my doctor tried to amend this was that the more I squirmed, the deeper he plunged the needle into my arm, and he'd say things like, "This is your fault. If you had just listened to me, this wouldn't be happening." He had other things too, like I'd come to him with complaints like, "Oh, my back's been bothering me a lot recently," and he'd just be, why are you complaining so much? Like, this isn't my problem, this is yours. So I realized that I deserve better than that, so I left him and I got a new doctor. And this new doctor, he was really nice. He listened to what I had to say. He never patronized me. But it didn't feel the same. It felt weird. So I went back to my old doctor. And I'm really happy now. All right, everyone, thank you. That's my set. So I'd like to welcome your next performer who's coming up to the stage, the president of Stephen Stand-Up Society, Edward McAdams V.
Hello, hello. How is everybody doing tonight?
So good.
That's good like to hear. So, as Andy said, my name is Edward, but I choose to go by Ed the Immortal because I've never been killed. And who's to say I'll ever die? So I worked at a summer camp this time, and it was a lot of fun. Like, they had this nice lake in the back, and there was this one international counselor from England. His name was Jack. And the one thing Jack wanted to do is Jack wanted to go skinny dipping in this lake. Now, I think we all have like a good idea of like what the idealized skinny dipping experience is. You, in a fit of passion, tear your clothes off and run into the lake with your friends who are all mostly girls. And you swim around, and eventually you find yourself on like a beach or a dock or some sort of like rock, and no one wants to say anything, but they've all noticed that you have an incredibly large penis. So Jack really wanted to go skinny dipping. So eventually he is just like, okay, I'm going skinny dipping tonight. Anyone who wants to come with me can. And so Jack shows up, I show up, and one other guy shows up. And we sort of like saunter out of our clothes, wade into the water, like take a seat, don't make eye contact. No one says anything for like 5 minutes. And eventually Jack says, I want to get out. So that was Jack's skinny dipping summer experience. It was a lot of fun. People who learn martial arts to not have to use them are stupid. Like, do you learn the piano to not play it? It's crazy. They should be instigating shit all the time. And you know, I'll be the first to admit, learning martial arts is not something for me. And it is for one simple reason, which is, if I get mugged by 5 guys and get the shit kicked out of me, like that's just a bad thing that happened. But if I know martial arts, and I get mugged by 5 guys and get the shit beat out of me, that's my fault. Like, I should have trained harder. What have I been doing? I mean, it'd be like if you were learning the piano for a long time, and you go up to do your big concert when suddenly, from behind the curtains, 5 guys jump out and kick the shit out of you. So I have a job now. No, don't laugh. Don't clap. Please laugh. Please laugh. Don't clap. I hate it. I take my lunch outside. I like walk around. I don't want to be in the office. And I came across this store, and I look at it, and the name of it is D is for Doggy. And I'm like, oh great. There's a sex shop around here. But it wasn't a sex shop, it was like a pet daycare, which I thought was really weird. Oh, yeah. And I'm like looking around and like, what? Like every store is a sort of naming convention. So there was this one store that was like about like rediscovering faith and kind of like bringing it out into the world, called M is for Missionary. And there was another store, and I'll be the first to admit that it was like, it had a very bigoted message in it. But basically what it said is that we should like bring in these girls from the country who have like lived on farms their whole lives, and we should bring them into the city and kind of like acclimate them to urban culture, because like the city girl is like an idealized vision of them. And this was called R is for Reverse Cowgirl. So that's my set. Thank you. Stephen Stand-Up Society. We exist. Please come. Our show is October 26th. And now it is my great pleasure to invite to the stage my dear friend. He's gone. October 26th. Andrew Chesterman!
Creamatorium. Thank you. Before we get started, we have a sweet treat for you. And no, it is not 2 scoops of Rocky Road. Tonight we will be demonstrating for you the latest and greatest in ice cream cone cremation technology. Now, before I show you the demonstration, I must say that it is not for the faint of heart, and viewer discretion is advised, and that is because in my hand I hold a recently deceased ice cream cone. God rest his soul. It's very sad, I know. But you may be wondering now, where is this grand cremation machine that I've been going off about? Well, I'm here to tell you all that you are all in the presence of the Hellfire Mark V. It is this very room, and that is because ice cream melts at approximately room temperature. Now let's begin the melting in 3, 2, 1.
It's coming now. Oh, it's not good. The Mark V is going. It's going. It's coming all the way out.
This is amazing. All right. I think he's had enough for now. Simon, take it to its chambers. We will check in on our frozen friend in a few minutes. But until then, everyone, we have a great show for you tonight. Stay off your phones. There's food in the back. We've got a bunch of comedic, unconnected sketches for you all. And without further ado, let's start the show!
To many as Paul. Born December 3rd, 1928, son to Edwin and Helen, brother to Viola, husband to Alice, father of 6 children, 17 grandchildren, 17 great-grandchildren, friend and storyteller to all. We are gathered here today to remember the life and legacy he left on this earth. His life was long and simple, never complex, and always good, honest intentions. Today, I'd like to reflect on the person that Grandpa was. Before I begin, I'd like to thank some of our sponsors. Your own custom website, whether it's for new business opportunities or your own creative content, Squarespace really make dreams a reality. Paul was a man who consistently put the needs of others over his own. He was a firm believer in helping people and strengthening communities. He was truly a good neighbor. Just like State Farm. You can now save up to 30% off on car insurance with a new Drive Safe and Save deal. Most of all, Paul was a family man. When he was still with us, we all looked up and was dedicated to his family's roots. And even now, in the wake of his passing, I think we all still appreciate those values. I remember when I had my kids, and we took them to Pa's house on a rainy day. Oh, they get so riled up. Me and my wife always had trouble putting them down at that age. But Pa had something special. He'd sit them on his knee and read them their favorite book, Goodnight Boom. He'd only get a couple pages and we could go right to sleep. That was the thing with Pa. He always loved to read. Especially.
It's now easier than ever with Audible! 80,000 selections to choose from. Visit www.audible.com for a special offer code funeral.
Grandpa! You're so alive?
Well, of course I'm alive. I was just listening to War and Peace by Tolstoy. I'll make you right to sleep every time. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go crash some funerals.
This sketch was brought to you by Old Bones Funeral Home, the most peaceful place for your eternal rest.
Wait. Save this beat.
Oh my God, are you okay?
No, I'm bleeding out. Jesus, what kind of doctor are you?
I'm not a doctor, I was just trying to... Oh my God!
Damn it, I'm gonna die, aren't I?
No. Let me try to help him. Here, let me sterilize the wound.
Fuck!
Here, try not to focus on the pain. What's your name? Cool, nice to meet you. How did this happen?
I was shot.
What? Who shot you?
A wasp.
Do wasps normally shoot people?
You want to go ask them? Oh God, I'm gonna die. I can feel it.
No, you're not.
Don't lie to me. Oh God, what's gonna happen to my family after I'm gone?
I'm sure your hive will protect them.
No, they won't. We were thrown out of the hive.
What? Why?
I committed the worst crime imaginable. I married a wasp.
I mean, is that such a bad thing? I mean, aren't bees and wasps basically the same thing?
Fool. Wasps and bees were never meant to intermix. Our children are in front before God. I can still hear their screams every time I close my eyes. It ends their suffering.
Jesus Christ! Maybe your wife can take care of them?
No, she won't. She was the one who shot me. Maybe she was right too. This is what I get for messing with nature.
Paul! Paul, are you there? Paul!
Sorry. Looks like you couldn't save that one bee. If you like, though, you could donate $5 to help save some others.
Come on over, Jerry's. Our food is top of the line, fresh, never frozen. You there, what's your name?
Me?
No, the guy on your shoulder is blockhead. Get on over here and try one of Jerry's world famous dishes. Fresh, never frozen.
I'm Kevin. I really shouldn't. I'm watching my weight.
So am I. Let me tell you something. I got just the thing for your sensitive American gullet. A piping hot Jerry's large cheese pizza. Fresh, never frozen.
So that's your selling point, huh?
Far from it, dear patron. That's simply a standard of quality you won't find anywhere but Jerry's.
All right. You've convinced me. I'll have one large pie.
But of course. Here you are, good sir.
But you said,
Fresh, never frozen.
how could this be fresh? You just pulled it out of your cart.
Are you sure you want to know, Kevin?
Sure.
Then follow me.
What? What is it?
You want to know how my food is fresh, never frozen, didn't you?
Yeah, but what is this place?
This, my dearest Kevin, is the compound. This is Pizza Boy. With enough love and just a tad of genetic experimentation. You can burn pizzas at will. As you can clearly see, this pie is fresh, never frozen. I say quiet, Kevin. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's all natural, you know. It's quite convenient you came along when you did. After all, there's a vacancy in my menu I'm looking to fill. Step right up, don't be shy. Eat at Jerry's say. You there in the goofy getup.
Me?
Now you're all white. Get on over here and grab a light don't you?
Alright, sure. I'll have the Kevin special.
One fresh, never frozen Kevin special coming right up.
things out of place.
Well, are you happy with it now?
I guess so.
Finally. Now that that's done, I'm gonna make some iced coffee. You want some?
Yeah, sounds good. Actually, I want to learn how to use that jug too. I'm right behind you. Wow, that thing is great. I think I'm gonna start drinking more coffee. Damn it! I've been such a klutz ever since we moved into this house.
Well, good thing I just finished up the laundry.
Ooh, I get to try on my new shirt. So, how does it look?
It's okay.
I love it.
Oh my! We should take it to the Billy Joel concert.
What? No way. Wait, it's tonight? We're gonna see Billy Joel tonight? Yes!
Let's go bring out the tickets.
Yeah, sure. Hang on, I just need to check to see if we have any paper.
Alright, everyone, I hope you're all enjoying the show. It is time for us to check in on our frozen fellow. I reckon that it's approximately
Andrew.
50. What? What's up?
Okay, we don't know where the ice cream went. Disappeared or something.
What?
What? I don't know. I don't see
Scott, I told you. I thought I told you to know where the ice cream. I told you to know where the ice cream. Simon? Where's the ice cream? Right. Yeah, right. Where's the ice cream that's supposed to be melting?
You want some?
All right, Simon, you have 5 seconds.
For what? What's over there?
4, 3,
I don't
2.
What?
Get the hell out of here! I'm sorry! I'm sorry! My business is so good! I'm sorry!
This is Billy. He's a silly boy who doesn't know much about anything, but that's just the way he is.
Hey, I'm Billy. I don't know much about nothing, but that's just how I am.
Billy has a friend named Freddie. He knows a lot about everything, but that's just how he is.
Hey, I'm Freddie. I know a lot about everything. That's just how I am.
Hey, Freddie, how's your sister doing?
Freddie's sister is quite attractive, and she is 2 years older than both Billy and Freddie.
My sister is quite attractive. Billy is just hanging out with me to see my sister, or if he's really my friend.
Well, you know, Freddie's mom knew my mom, and that's just how things go. But when I saw his sister and her body, I was like, wow.
This is Sarah. She's Freddie's attractive older sister, and she's tired of being told that her only value is her body.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm like tired of people saying my only value is my body. Like, I also like to ski, and like, I also like to play volleyball.
Yeah, she also likes to ski, and she also likes to play volleyball.
Yeah, that volleyball sure is fun to watch.
Billy knows exactly how volleyball practice went. He was hiding behind the equipment watching.
And watching.
Dude, did you actually spy on my sister?
Billy did.
Yes, I did. No, I wouldn't do that.
Whatever. Just get away from me.
This is George. He's a big dumb baby who needs to change his diaper.
George is a dumb baby.
He also makes his mommy take the crust off his sandwiches.
He also makes his mommy take the crust off his sandwiches.
No, not him.
Not him.
Not him. This is George. He's a silly boy who doesn't know much about anything. But that's just how he is.
Hi, I'm George. I'm just a silly boy who doesn't know much about anything. But that's just how I am.
God, I pray tonight for your glory. Grant me the strength to prevail against the Badgers and secure the championship. Amen.
Dear God, I humbly ask for your guidance over our game today. I ask for your help to defeat the Tigers and make us the champions. Amen.
Hey, Bill. Yeah. Couldn't help but notice that you prayed to God to help you win tonight.
Yeah, it's just a tradition I do before every game. Faith's always been a really big part of my life.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. It's just, I already prayed to God asking him to help us win, so.
Dude, what the hell?
Listen, I didn't know you did it too.
Well, now what? God can't help both teams win.
I guess one of us just has to take back their prayer.
I'm not gonna do it.
Why not?
I'm not gonna ask God to make us lose.
No. You're not asking him to make you lose. You're just asking him not to help you.
How are we gonna win if you have God on your side?
I prayed first, so I get dibs on God.
I have no faith in him. When was the last time you even went to church?
Recently. And besides, faith doesn't matter because I prayed first.
I deserve God's help more than you do.
Listen. Let's let God decide. I'll flip a coin. Heads, I take the prayer back. Tails, you do. The coin doesn't count. I still pray first.
It's heads. I told you God was on my side.
You already used up God's help on the coin toss. Now it's my turn for him to help you.
Come on, that was your idea.
Fine. Dear God, about that whole helping us win the game thing, I take it back. Please don't help us win the championship game we worked so hard to get to, even though we rightfully won our place at the game and bought tickets for our families to come see us play.
Seriously?
So yeah, don't help us. Amen. Is that better?
Yes.
Hey guys, sorry to bother you. I just wanted to ask. Why did you just take back a prayer? Yeah, I got a report that someone took back a prayer they made to help their team win a baseball game.
That was me.
Oh, it was? Okay, cool. It's just that not many people take back a prayer like that, especially for a game day win. So we thought it was something on our end. But if you actually want to take it back, then everything's fine.
You heard that?
Yeah, we hear every prayer. But it seems like everything's fine here, so I'm gonna get going. Have fun with the game.
Wait, can I untake back my prayer?
Dude, come on, you said you'd do it.
That was before he showed up.
I mean, I don't see why you can't redo your prayer. That would make it a habit, though.
God, forget what I said last time. I definitely want your help during this game. Amen.
He prayed for his team to win. I prayed for my team to win. What happens?
I don't know. I'd have to ask the boss.
Go Badgers!
All right, great. Welcome to the intern program. We're so thankful you chose to spend your summer here at SG Johnson's. A fantastic. As you know, this position is highly competitive, so we have no doubt that you live up to our highest expectations.
We're happy to be here.
Really excited to make some new connections and learn some real-world business experience.
Yeah, definitely. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, great.
Now feed!
Well, I did say this is a highly competitive position, did I not? can lane your team to use the parking garage. Any questions? Great, no questions.
I'm Ted Sanders. About a year back, my mom made me get a job. I was thinking, I'd be a busboy, work at a supermarket or something, but I chose this job. And if I knew then what I knew now, I don't think I would have chosen the same job. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Oh, here you go, sir. Thank you. $5 tip?
Sorry, man.
Come on, I work mostly for tips, man.
I don't have the money. Sorry.
Fuck! Every customer's different. Every day I put this uniform on, not knowing what my day is going to be like. I could be out chilling with my friends or playing video games, but instead I put this uniform on, putting my day on the line, in the hopes that I can make a shit ton of tips that day.
How much do you make on an average day?
Depends. Usually I can make around 40, maybe 100 if it's a really good day. The next customer's order comes out to $21.50, so hopefully I'll make around like $6 or $7 if he's a good tipper. Hello, Matt. Order's gonna come out to $20.50.
Sorry, but I didn't order any pizza.
This is apartment 3, 2060th Street.
Yes.
Must have been some prankster. So sorry. Have a good day.
So what happens now? Are we gonna find the prankster?
Yeah, when we get back, I'll reverse search his number, then I'll block him. But for now, we feast.
Are we allowed to eat this?
Yeah, of course. Whenever this happens, I see it as the good Lord's way of letting me know that I'm doing a great job. So a job is not rewarding often, but when it is, I do not complain. All right, final delivery of the day. Get this done, then we're home free. All right, that's gonna be 1520. We got a slammer, West 56 Sunshine, large pie.
What's going on?
Oh, what you just witnessed was a slammer. He had no intention of paying and showed his lack of attention by slamming the door in my face while I was reading off his price. But luckily, backup's on the way. Don't worry about it.
This is filmed on location with the men and women of law enforcement.
Yep, we get calls like these all the time. Local pizza place Larry's calls us to come help deal with slammers. They probably lose like $20 if we didn't come help them. But at the end of the day, it's not about helping petty problems. It's about upholding the law.
It's not right there, or else that'll work.
So we got a slammer on our hands?
Yeah.
Alright, these motherfuckers, they can do whatever they want. Sir, open up! This is Tom Hangers with the NYPD!
Did you guys seriously call the police over $15?
And 16 cents. You would know that if you wanted to bring you a slammer, you sick bastard.
That was pretty successful. The law was upheld, we got another slammer on the slammer. In 4 to 8 weeks, the court processes up. Mariners will have their $15.16. And if the kid's lucky, he might even get his tip.
Though I didn't get my tip, I'd say today was pretty successful. Got another slammer off the street, delivered all the pizzas on time. Pat texted me asking if I could take over a shift tomorrow, so that's going to be a good amount of extra money. Though this isn't the easiest job in the world, I'll keep putting on my uniform with pride and devotion, knowing that every customer will get the delivery that they deserve.
Pizza Delivery Men is filmed on location with the men and women of pizza delivery.
the great sage! So the legends were true. Let us go further once!
Not so fast, Sadat. We must keep in mind this is no ordinary man. He has ascended to a higher spiritual plane, one that we could not hope to comprehend. As such, it is imperative that we approach him with all due respect.
You're absolutely right. Upon your etiquette, gentlemen, we are entering into the presence of greatness.
Oh, great sage of the mountain!
Oh, shit! You have traveled far and wide in pursuit of your infinite wisdom. Oh, but of course, my children. What knowledge do you seek?
You see, it is about my son. Recently, he has fallen gravely ill, and I'm afraid that if things continue as they are, my son hasn't much time remaining. Please, oh great sage, tell me what I may do to prevent this terrible fate from happening to my child.
Pass.
I'm sorry.
Pass, as in your son is going to die. But that's a good thing. See, your son is destined for greater things in the great beyond. Have his last rites administered. Put him out of his misery, so that he may go forward on his divine mission.
How reassuring. Thank you for your guidance. Deliver his command to my wife in the village. Hence, be gone.
Dumbass. I'm afraid my quandary is not so simple. Oh, great. You see, the local gang has recently issued an ultimatum, demanding an ungodly sum under threat of our lives. I fear what could happen to my loved ones should I fail to comply. Please, great sage, tell me what I can do to solve this most troubling predicament. Oh, right. Stand your ground and all that. Come again? Right. Don't give in to the steeple demand. You must steel your resolve and set a good example for your family and shit. Is that no, it's God juice. My apologies, great sage. Thank you for your wisdom, great sage. I will see to it that they do not have their way. You! See to it that they do not have their way! One more to go. Should be free.
Well, you see, I rented this tux, and I bought this corsage and everything. But I still don't have a date to the prom. And the prom is tomorrow!
Well, champ, did you have anyone in mind that you wanted to ask?
Well, I really wanted to ask Cindy, but I mean, there's no way the most popular girl at school will want to go out with some dweeb like me.
Man, I don't know. How about you just grow up and ask her yourself?
Say, you're right. Well, you heard him. Grow up and ask for yourself.
Heidi's been so annoying lately.
No, ever since she drove us from Maddie's party, she's been acting so entitled.
Seriously, she really needs to get off her high horse.
Hey Anna, hey Beth. So I know you guys are short on money, so I thought the best way for you to pay me back was to do my homework tonight.
Heidi, come on, it was just a small favor.
Anna, sweetheart, my golden girl. I can't just be giving out rides for free. You know I'm the oldest in the grade, which means I'm the only one with a driver's license. If I was giving out rides for free, everyone would be on about it. I need some sort of compensation.
But we've been friends.
Beth, honey, Wonder Gal, I gotta look horse, and he is my chariot. To algebra!
God, Heidi's been a real jerk lately.
No. Well, we're gonna go to history.
Stallions? Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mr. Henderson.
Hey, where's Danielle? Is she sick or something?
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like her to be absent.
Guys, the morning announcements are about to start.
Good morning, Mountain Hills High. Today is Thursday, October 19th, and it's a C Day. It is a sunny 65 degrees outside, and we just got a few quick announcements to start off the day. It's Mr. Henderson's 25th anniversary here at Mountain Hills High. Right on, Mr. Henderson. In sports news, our boys golf team is headed to the state competition this weekend. Go Panthers! And now it's time for some Panther birthdays. It's sophomore Amanda T's birthday today. Happy birthday, Amanda. It's also senior Robert S.'s birthday. Happy birthday, Robert. In addition, I'd like to wish a happy Panther funeral to senior Daniela H. Daniela passed peacefully in her sleep last night after she was brutally murdered by her father, Mr. Henderson. Right on, Mr. Henderson. For those who are interested, a memorial service will be held in the cafeteria this afternoon. There will be an open casket and an open bar for all you teachers out there. Speaking of the cafeteria, today's lunch will be chicken patty on a bun, or today's special, Sloppy Joe's, or should I say Sloppy Daniela. And don't forget, it's Muffin Day! Keep up the Panther spirit and have a great Thursday.
Alright, class, let's take attendance.
Robert? Here. Paul?
Here.
Daniela? Alright, class, we have a pop quiz today. Oh,
So much for being what Joey Wally said for his party. You're definitely his favorite aunt.
I always love spending with you, my favorite nephew.
How dare you! My own flesh and blood! Taking my own flesh! Auntie Beth, mark my words, you'll pay for this! Alright, enough of the chit-chat. Where's my nose?
I don't have your nose.
Oh, shut up! Get up, boys! Where the fuck is my nose? So you deceived me, huh? Betrayed me! I'm ashamed to call you my aunt. Get up, boys! All right, that's enough. Clear out. How dare you interrupt my wish?
Got your nose.
Get up, boys!
Thank you for coming to